Hello everyone, my name is Alexander Regis Sinapat. I'm student of BS Criminology 3 Bravo. Today I will comparing two important pieces of legislation aimed to addressing juvenile delinquency, the Juvenile Justice and Welfare Act of Philippines, also known as RA 9344, and the Juvenile Delinquency and Prevention Program Act from United States of America. This response will compare and contrast the Juvenile Justice and Welfare Act of 2006 or RA 9344 in the Philippines and the Juvenile Delinquency and Prevention Act in the United States. Both systems aim to address youth crime and provide rehabilitation, but they differ in their approaches to criminal responsibility, intervention programs, and the role of the legal system. Ang kanilang similarities ay number one, ang una, focus on rehabilitation. Both system prioritize rehabilitation over punishment, recognizing that young offenders are still developing and can benefit from intervention programs. Number two, diversion programs. Both systems utilize diversion programs to steer youth away from the formal court system. These programs offer activities like counseling, community service, and educational opportunities. Number 3, protection of children rights. Both systems emphasize protecting the rights of children and ensuring their well-being. They acknowledge the vulnerability of youth and aim to create a system that fair and just. Kanilang difference ay age of criminal responsibility. The Philippines has a higher age of criminal responsibility at 15 years old, while U.S. barriers by state, with the most setting it at 18 years old. This difference reflects varying societal views on youth maturity and accountability. Number 2, legal system. The Philippines utilizes a civil law system while the U.S. operates under a common law system. This difference in legal structure affects how cases are handled and the role of judge versus juries. Number 3, sentencing and detention. The Philippines emphasizes community-based programs and alternatives to detention, while the U.S. has more varied approach, with some states still utilizing juvenile detention centers. Number 4, restorative justice. The Philippine system explicitly promotes restorative justice principles, seeking to repair harm and involve the victim offender. And the resolution process, the U.S. system, while incorporating restorative justice elements, does not emphasize it permanently. Ang kanilang key takeaways naman dito ay both the Philippines and the US have developed juvenile justice system that prioritize rehabilitation and protection of children's rights. Despite similarities, there are significant differences in their approaches to criminal responsibility, legal processes, and sentencing practice. The Philippines emphasizes community-based programs and restorative justice, while the US system is more diverse and state-specific. Ongoing research and evaluation are crucial to ensure effectiveness and fairness of both systems. Both of these laws are aimed at addressing juvenile delinquency, but they approach the issue in different ways and reflecting their unique legal and cultural context. Juvenile justice system across the world are designed to address the unique needs of young offenders, focusing on rehabilitation rather than punishment. In this context, both Philippines and United States have enacted a specific law to manage juvenile delinquency. The Philippines Republic Act No. 9344, also known as the Juvenile Justice Welfare Act of 2006, while the United States has the Juvenile Delinquency and Prevention Act. While these laws share common goals, they also exhibit significant difference in their approach and implementation. First, let's take a look at Republic Act 9344, enacted in 2006. This aims to protect the rights of children in conflict with the law. It emphasizes restorative justice and the rehabilitation of juvenile offenders, and components include the establishment of juvenile justice and welfare council, diversion program, and their provision. On the other hand, the Juvenile Delinquency Prevention and Control Act in the United States, initially passed in 1968 and entire as the Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Act, or the JJDPA, in 1974, focusing on preventing delinquency and improving the juvenile justice system, and provides federal funding for states and local efforts with the core protection like institutionalization of status offenders, separation of juveniles from adults in detention, and addressing racial. That's all guys. Thanks for watching.